I like that. I like that 1 ear off, 1 ear on.
Yeah, I do it like, I'm in the booth.
Yeah.
I'm about to drop a hot 16 on you.
Spit some bars. Come on. Flow.
No, flow.
I'm the
Go
comic
progressive
version
on that
of
ass.
Macklemore. Thank you so much. Hi, Jourdain Fisher. How you doing?
Doing all right, Caitlin Peluffo. How about you?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. I'm still recovering from Key West, but I feel good. Yeah, you should go. You should go.
I want to. Like I said, I just want to be on a beach.
Yeah.
I just want to do nothing for like 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the Key West beaches are trash.
Fuck.
They're very rocky. I mean, it's beautiful.
Not there then.
The seas are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a rock beach.
No. See, I need clear water, sand.
All right. Go to Bermuda.
All right, yeah. I need like Instagram thought level beach.
Oh, that's fun.
I need my ass out.
And you're very fashionable, so I bet you got cute little skivvies.
Yeah, I got some hoochie daddy shorts. Out here with the thighs out, skies out, thighs out.
Hoochie daddy shorts. I like that. Yeah. You're a little thought.
Yeah, I can be. I can be. Hey, there's some secrets under this shirt. Y'all don't know.
You should see his sneakers. They're very fun. So, Jourdain, where are you from?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, my
That's
God.
where I was born and raised, and I split time between there and Raleigh after the old divorce.
Oh, fun.
From my parents, just out here getting traumatized at 5.
Just being a typical millennial.
Hey,
yeah.
We can't all survive it.
No. You're thriving. You're doing great.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there.
You don't have 4 divorces under your belt.
I don't have 4 divorces under my belt, but I also don't have any full-on, well, I don't know. I've had 2, like, legit relationships.
Okay.
But that's it.
How old are you?
32.
You're fine.
Yeah?
I mean, Fonz?
I'm 24, so I can't speak on that.
Okay,
He's
all right.
so young.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
got the whole
He's
world
our little
ahead of
cherub.
him. Man,
Sweet little
look at
cherub.
this guy, full of hope and a hard dick.
Okay, well, let's talk about those thought shorts again, huh?
Ball peakers.
Oh,
Check out my
God.
new line on Lululemon.
Oh, no, you would. So Greensboro, I've been there. I used to date a guy who lived in Greensboro.
Oh, yeah?
And very nice young man, but
Nice guy.
they're a strange people. And I say that with the most love and respect I have in my heart.
How is he strange?
He was very sweet,
Mm-hmm.
very, very kind and polite, covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
And loved to party. But it was like, they were all like bad tattoos.
That sounds like a Fayetteville kind of guy. You don't know Fayetteville. But
No, I don't know
That's exclusively for the North Carolina
He also
listeners.
loved like skateboarding
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
He wore a lot of baggy clothes.
Okay.
He was so hot.
Yeah. He was so hot.
He was so hot.
A lot of baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Are we talking like Soldier Boy baggy or just like punk baggy? Like,
I would say punk insane clown posse baggy.
oh, okay.
Like I said, I stand by it. He was
like
very
carpenter
hot.
pants.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes, very Carhartt chic.
Got you. Got you.
But his family was so nice.
Have all
I
the
still
angst
keep
in
in
those
touch.
extra pockets.
Yes. That's where his divorce was. His
Right.
parents' divorce was. But also on the other side, like his family, like there was also very Southern, proper, very kind. and,
Yeah.
y'all and ma'am. It was
Yeah.
it was like 2 polar opposites, and they
Yeah.
all got along swimmingly.
Huh.
Yes, it was beautiful.
That makes sense.
It was very confusing.
That sounds, yeah. That sounds about right for Greensboro, though.
What was it like for you in Greensboro?
Ooh, white.
Okay.
Yeah.
That also checks out.
Yeah. I just grew up like in a lot of like white environment. I mean, I got a white stepdad. Like I went to
Wow.
a lot of like predominantly like my high school was 2% minority.
What?
Yeah. Like when I went there like the days before just to meet with like the counselor, like she just like pulled me and my mom aside. She was like, just so you know.
Really?
It's
How big was the high school?
pretty big. I mean, my graduating class was like between 500 and 600 or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you and 10 other guys.
Yeah, exactly. I was just out there, lonesome.
Did you have friends?
Yeah, no, I had a lot of friends. I'm still like my closest friends are from high school. Like I'm still
Aw.
like in touch with them. Like we talk every day.
That's very insane.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you.
But like my friend group is like diverse. Like I have a white best friend, I have a Mexican best friend, I have like a Arab best friend.
Yeah.
Like, but it's all, and they're all from that high school.
So you collected them all.
Yeah, yeah.
You were
It was
literally
I was doing like, Captain Planet shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
we have each other.
Yeah, yeah. We need heart, fire, earth, and then we all combine.
Was his guidance counselor wife?
No, she was black.
Okay, that's why she brought it up.
Yeah, that's how she felt comfortable telling us.
That would be insane if a white guy goes, just so you know.
Yeah. I remember I got in trouble one time at school because we had this one, I guess, I don't know if he was a counselor or whatever the hell he was, but he was like giant. He was like this big, tall, giant dude, right? And I was like walking, we got let out from school and I was with my friends and I was kind of like poking fun at him, talking about how big he was. And I guess he heard me. He was like, "You come here," and like he like made me run over to him and shit. He's like, "What were you saying?" I was just like, "You're fucking big," and then he like was like, "I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow," and then like waited all day like they do, and then I got called over the intercom.
Oh, God.
Sixth period, had to go meet him, and he was just talk to me about. But the thing is, he was like, "So we're having this African American luncheon tomorrow." with the black kids that and we're gonna talk to them about I guess their experience at the school. So I think he was just like recruiting. I don't even think he like really heard what the fuck I was saying about him. He just was like, "There's one."
Yeah.
Like,
get him.
Yeah, it's like there ain't but 8 of them in this school. So like I found it. It was like a scavenger hunt.
Stick out more.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
Yeah. So I was like,
geez.
this is odd. So we just got served some food and it was like, "How's your experience here being one of 7 black kids?"
Oh,
we were just like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, that is that's got to be off-putting.
Yeah, it was strange, but it's like because like I don't know. I guess because I grew up around that environment so much, it didn't like really hit me in the moment. It's not till later as you grow up, you're like, wait a minute.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking odd.
I don't think that should have happened.
Yeah.
Thanks for the free food.
Right,
but...
yeah. This is like way before Twitter when white women could tell you the black experience.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. We can't.
Right.
What? Oh no, I have to go delete some posts.
I had to delete some black squares.
Yes. I think I do have a black square. I left it up.
Yeah.
I know. I removed the hashtag because I'm an ally.
Right. Yeah.
I read the fucking blog post.
Listen, I appreciate the black square. I appreciate it. In the moment, I was like, all right, black square, because we were on the lookout. We were looking. We were like, all right, who's out here posting the black squares? All right, Tiffany, I don't see a black square.
I remember we all, because I lived in a house with Jeff Sheen, Chloe Radcliffe, and Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Just the whitest foursome of all time. And it was right in the middle of BLM.
Yeah.
And so we were going to a bunch of marches, and then we posted the black square, and we were like, we did it.
We did it.
And then we found out later that it was bad, and we were like, well, I can't take it down.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. I can edit the post, though. I edited the post. And so.
Yeah, rocking a hard place.
It was just a bunch of white people not knowing what to do and thinking that they were helping, which is usually worse.
Right, yeah.
Which is the least helpful.
It's fine. I think we solved it. We put Joe Biden in office. We're all clear now.
We're good now.
We're good.
I mean, our nation's not going to exist in about 4 years, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
Blame climate change.
That's
okay,
right.
It's not going to be the division of the nation.
It's hot out. Yeah.
But anyway, let's not get political.
Not get
I mean,
into that. Yeah.
This is not who I am. It's not who I care about.
No.
I could give 2 shits about Joe Biden.
Same.
But you look great.
Thank you.
So, growing up in Greensboro, did you drink or anything in high school?
No, dude, I was like epitome of Dare kid.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, still know the song to this day.
There's
like,
a song?
Yeah, there's a Dare song.
Sing it.
No.
Come on.
No.
What's the Dare song?
If you want to see it, you can check out my Jimmy Fallon set on YouTube.
Is it on Jimmy Fallon?
I sang it on the Jimmy Fallon song. Yeah. Because I like legit, like I didn't do drugs, like, but my parents were like really strict.
Yeah.
Like my dad's never even had a full can of beer.
Really?
Yeah. Like my mom, she'll drink socially, she, work and all that kind of stuff. My stepdad's done everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like I just didn't want to get in trouble with it. Was like I already had like so much shit going on at home, like with just divorce. I had enough on my plate in my childhood that I was like, I don't want to add this to the list. And I was just one of those like rule following kids. Like, and honestly, the DARE program scared the shit out of me. They made it seem like, one, there was just drug dealers on every corner, like coming to offer you drugs. And if you said no, then they would just fucking shank you. Or like the FBI would just like crash through your window if you like had weed in your house. Like, it's just like how I envisioned it. So yeah, I didn't have my first drink until I was 21.
Good for you.
Yeah. And then weed pandemic.
Really?
30 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? You ripped off that Band-Aid.
Yeah, finally.
What'd you do on your 21st birthday?
I was at the comedy club. I just had some friends. We just went to a comedy show, and then just had some drinks and went downtown to like one of the clubs or whatever, just like an actual like nightclub. Just hung out. Like,
did you get drunk?
I got a little drunk. Yeah. But here's the thing: like, I've never like blacked out or anything before. Like in my life, still to this day. Like if I drink, like I'll have like I like a good old fashioned. It's got to be a good old fashioned.
Okay.
Like, it can't just be some shitty, like
a comedy club old fashioned,
right, yeah.
where they're
it's like, don't
here's
throw
a
fucking cherry in it. Like, no, you got to take the orange peel and put it around the rim.
Oh
and
my
you
God,
know, all
you
that.
bougie
I'm
bitch.
a bougie motherfucker, yo. Like, with the pinky out. But no, like, if I have like one or two of those, like, I feel a good buzz or whatever, because I'm a lightweight. Mm-hmm. Like, I can have a drink and be like, okay. So by the end of two of them, I'm like, all right, we did it. I've anybody like, and I know plenty of people have had this experience, but I've never understood where it's just like, oh yeah, I was drinking, and then next thing you know, I was just fucking hammered. I'm like, because I feel it. Then I'm like, all right, here we are.
Were you an athlete?
No, I wanted to be.
Okay.
I wanted to play baseball.
Because I feel like athletes are very in tune with their body.
Yeah.
And so you probably notice the difference so easily.
Yeah, I'm very self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
I have no clue what I'm doing half the time. Half the time I'm just like running around being like, oh, did I hurt you? And they're like bleeding from their neck.
Right,
I was just having fun.
Yeah.
Just being a silly goose.
I'm very self-aware. Even like when I've gotten high, it's just like I never get like paranoid or anything. Like even if I have a moment where I'm like, what was that? I'm like, oh yeah, you're high. Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. I think it's just from like waiting so long.
Yeah,
for
probably.
everything.
You know exactly how you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what zero is very well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't drink in high school, and then I started drinking in college.
Yeah.
And I just out the window.
You were like, I love this.
I discovered a new hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Do you have any coping mechanisms?
Yeah. So I think mine is spending money, and then also sex. Those would be my two vices, because I was like a very late bloomer too.
Okay.
Like
late bloomer how?
I didn't lose my virginity till I was 22.
Wow. You had drinks before you lost your
right.
V-card.
Yeah. I got a college degree before I got a whole degree before I got one credit of pussy.
Did you ever touch?
Beforehand? Yeah.
You smooches?
Yeah.
Religious?
No, I was very self-conscious growing up.
Okay.
Like, I had gap teeth. My teeth didn't touch. My teeth were much like my parents, separated. And and so like I was very self-conscious about my teeth, like just being gapped out, and then like, acne and hormones and all that kind of shit. And I didn't like have like the sense of style. And also like growing up in like, like the high school that I was at, the dating pool, it was hard. Like I come across girls in high school where I'd be like, oh, like, let's go on a date or something. Or like ask them, and they'd be like, oh, but my parents or my grandparents kind of deal. And you hear enough of that.
The South.
Yeah, it's still the South. So you hear enough of that you just start thinking like, well, fuck, I'm not going to ask anybody. Like you just kind of like are like, well, fuck it. It just, sequesters your confidence. So it just took a while before I finally like realized like, okay, like I can talk to people or, whatever. But I lost my virginity at 22 to somebody that was 6 years older than me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you gotta let him play a play. You gotta let him play a play.
I don't know if it was a play.
Listen, your boy was in the cocoon for a long time, but then he sprouted his wings. You gotta let me fly.
A woman who's just like, well, now I have to pay for my own health insurance. Right. So
yeah.
I'm going to fuck this little boy who can cover it if we need to.
Exactly. And I didn't realize like she was like mentally in a different place than me. 28, it's like, oh, I'm trying to like wrap this shit up. 22, losing your virginity, I was just like, it's time to go, baby. So we hung around for a little bit and did our thing. But
did you date?
Yeah.
Was it love?
I don't know. She fell in love. She told me she loved me, and I've had love for her, but I was also that self-awareness where I was just like, I know I want to move to New York or LA at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I just lost my virginity. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, just settle down immediately?
Can't be one and done.
Right?
No way.
Yeah. You don't hit a home run then retire.
Well, my dad did.
Yeah.
My dad did, but he was also 19, so he was a young feller.
Yeah. I think my parents did too, up until the divorce order. Like, it was just like,
and that didn't work out. My parents were still together.
Yeah.
Barely.
Man.
They're holding on.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't until I moved to New York that I like got like the confidence that.
Well, yeah. You probably discovered in New York how attractive you are.
Yeah. I had a glow up. I got Invisaligns and shit. Brought my teeth together. It was like we were reuniting the band, baby. Backstreet's back. All right. And then, got a sense of fashion and everything, and grew my hair out and stuff. Like just figured out who I was.
Yeah,
and then,
it was a real she's all that moment.
Yeah. I took the glasses off, undid the ponytail, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And so once I did that, I was like, okay, like I'm starting to understand like how to handle myself a little more. Also, too, like when you start like when my career started going a little better too, like money helps. Yo, straight up, money helps.
Shit.
Yeah, money
does
helps.
it? I can't wait to find out.
Yeah. Well, just for like dating and stuff, like you out the market. But like as a guy dating, especially in a city, one of the most expensive cities in the world, it's like to be able to confidently be like, oh, I can take this person on a date and like pay for our drinks or our food or whatever. Like it makes you carry yourself differently.
So you don't pay for anyone, or you don't split the check?
I mean, unless it's like if it's not like a good date, then
wow.
Then yeah. But like,
oh, that's how you know you're fucking losing with Jourdain.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you're gonna have to chip in on
you're
this.
like, so there's gonna be no second date. Okay, great. Thank you.
Boring. But no, like if it's going well or whatever, or I feel like, we're gonna see each other again, I'm like, oh no, I got it,
Yeah.
And then whatever happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So is that what you would do? Would you go on a date and then sleep with a girl, or would you just start sleeping around? Like going to clubs. Did you go to clubs?
Oh, like when I first started. Wait, when?
When you first moved to New York and you started being a hoe.
Oh, no. I didn't start being a hoe. Okay. So when I came to New York, it was like the apps were still in their like blossoming phase.
Okay.
It's like people were doing them, but it wasn't like people weren't exhausted by them yet.
Okay.
Like everybody's exhausted by them now.
Yeah. Now they're very like, they'll ruin your day.
Right. Yeah. It's a chore now. But then it was just like, I got this, Bumble date or Tinder date, whatever. So I had a couple of those, and then I got into a relationship from Bumble. And then I was off the market for 2.5 years. That was relationship number 1.
Did you love her?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Who's broken? Not you.
But yeah,
you're doing great.
Yeah, I love them. But like, I knew ultimately like, hey, like this isn't the person I'm supposed to marry or whatever. And that's fine. But
how did you know that?
You just know.
You just know? It's
just like the opposite way. How people are like, when people get married, they're like, when you know, like that kind of deal. It's the same way when when you're not with the person you should be with,
and you're trying to force it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the mistake I had. Like, I had a misconception of love, not with them specific, but just like the idea of the one. Like they felt like I was the one, and I felt like, okay, I'll grow into them being the one.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until later that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So I had to ultimately call things off, for the betterment of both of us.
Yeah.
But after that relationship was when I started being like, okay, it's time to see what's going on in these streets.
Let's go have a nice time.
Right, yeah. It's a parade out there.
Was it a parade?
Parade's been going. Yeah. We've been marching down the street.
Yeah?
We got trombones. We got floats. We got balloons. There's girls twirling batons and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just thinking of all the euphemisms.
Yeah.
Like balloons are obviously tits.
Yeah.
Trombone is probably dick. Yeah. Blowjobs. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. I mean, that's just. I think that's just because I don't have those other vices like drinking and alcohol and stuff and drugs. I think, and also too, just the late, 22.
Yeah. Making up for lost time.
Making up for lost time.
You're really going through them, huh?
Really going.
Oh,
we're
boy.
out here. We out
So
here.
what is like a typical, because if drinking to excess isn't involved,
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time imagining someone having that amount of confidence to just go up to someone and be like, hi,
Yeah.
I'm this attractive. Yes, we should go have sex.
I will remember it all.
Yeah. Yes. How is that a thing?
I don't know. Like, I mean, listen, like I'll have a drink with somebody,
Okay.
But I'm never like drunk on a date. Like I don't have like drunk sex like that.
I feel like I only have drunk
Really?
sex. And I love Steve.
Yeah.
He's my favorite person.
Yeah. You're like, hold on, baby, give me a.
I need a Budweiser. Let's go.
Let me throw a few back. I'll climb on top. Ooh, it's dizzy.
I'm on top. You're out of your goddamn mind. What? I'll break that boy in half. I can't be doing that.
Break him, yo. I love it.
He's so fragile.
Whatever.
My fragile king.
Who doesn't like a good woman on top? That's great.
A good woman. The good woman does not like to be on top.
Why not?
She's tired.
No.
And she has bad knees.
We're tired. You know how much fucking effort just humping and going, like, and then also like keeping your dick hard, like, because we need blood to like actually do this thing. Like, that's the thing, like, women don't understand. Like, sometimes women will have like morning sex and shit, and I'm like, why don't I just run a fucking marathon with a hard dick as soon as I wake up? That's how hard this is. Like, you're like, why aren't you in the mood? It's like, I just woke up and you're asking me to do cardio before I have a glass of water. Like I can't fucking, give me a second. Just let me recalibrate.
I didn't know you felt so strongly.
I feel very strongly about it. Listen, like, sometimes we need you on top. When I say get on top, it's like, yo, I'm tired. Like, you take this. You fucking take this for a second.
It's totally fine. Maybe we just both stop and have a nap.
Have a nap.
Have a nap, recoup. That's how much I don't want to be on top.
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, yeah, I like a good on top. The view is nice.
I'm sure it is.
Do you
but
like-
I also have to look down and all the rolls just flopping.
No, they're
back
great.
and
They're
forth.
great. I like all of it. Wait, but do y'all like the view of us just on top?
We close our eyes.
No.
I'm joking. Oh God. No, flip me over.
Flip me over. Kayla just doesn't want to be there for any of this. This is a real therapeutic conversation we're having. Right? We're really getting to the bottom of the thing. She's drunk. She doesn't want to. She's masking reality with alcohol and then closing her eyes through sex. She's like, I just want to coast through these experiences without actually being present for them.
No, that's not it at all. It's funny when your partner is also a comedian.
Yeah.
You're like, I should be writing more.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's just.
That's what you're thinking about? This sex is so bad I should write
No,
some
it's not
jokes.
bad. It's
Okay.
great. I'm literally looking at someone who is so productive.
Yeah. All right.
He is the most productive person I've ever met.
All right.
And
you're stopping his his productivity just so you can get one out real quick.
Oh my God. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But we love each other very much and he has very good sex.
That's very fantastic.
And I am never on top.
I'm never on top.
Never, ever.
I'm
Oh yeah, you're acrobatic?
I'm everywhere.
Well, yeah. You have
I'm all
great
over
calves.
I'm all over
Look
no,
at
I
those-
don't. I don't have great calves though.
Let me see your calves.
I have
Come on.
tiny little chicken legs.
Those are great.
I have little chicken legs. I
That's
got those Moroccan runners legs,
Well, I've never heard that in my life.
African-
Moroccan runners?
African lineage. We're very spry,
Are you
we
from-
gotta
Morocco? I always heard Kenya.
no, my lineage down there. I'm not straight up I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, baby. But but if we go back down into the history books, yeah, you're gonna find some of my people out there in Morocco.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Did you do a 23andMe?
No. I'm just going by what my daddy told me.
Okay, that's great. That's all you need to know. Family lineage.
He's like, you know, we're from Morocco. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go outside and play now.
Yeah.
We was kings. Like, all right.
You're still a king.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so now I gotta ask: have you ever embarrassed yourself? Have you ever had an experience where you're like, "Well, I
During sex?
could"? Yes, sure.
I mean, we've all. What man hasn't pulled the trigger a little too quickly before? You know, what man hasn't gotten excited about what's happening in front of us? Who amongst us hasn't given her the old 3-pump whoopsie doodle?
I meant more if you've ever hooked up with someone that you wouldn't have ever hooked up like
That I wouldn't have hooked up with?
Yeah, but now I know that you're a quick comer. That's fun.
Not all the time. This isn't a regular occurrence. But there have been times.
Okay. I mean,
Where
yeah.
it's just like, look,
Whoa.
I was not expecting all that up in there.
You're a little young gun.
Yeah.
Expecting all of that up in there?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be all beautiful up in there like the way it is. Damn, girl, you gotta give me a warning. You gotta put a sign that says, warning, objects may seem tighter than they appear.
Oh my God.
We've had those moments. I had that happen one time. This girl I hooked up with from high school. I never did anything in high school.
Oh, you
but
came
then
back.
You
Yeah.
go
King
back
Jourdain.
you come back in town.
Did you know I'm Moroccan?
Yeah, I'm Moroccan. Look at these calves. I'm about to run up in that pussy quick. And I came back. You home for the holiday. You hung out, and it was just like, all right, it was starting to fool around, and then got up in there, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, damn. 4 years of high school plus 4 years of college. So about 8 to 10 total years of like, okay, we're finally gonna, and then just
Great. No, that's fine. You got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Did you do it again later?
No.
Oh no. I'm
It's fine.
so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you still talk to her?
She married and shit.
She's
now.
married,
Yeah.
yeah.
She married. She was like, all right, I gotta get out of here with all
Yeah.
this. She's
Like,
like, I
this
gotta get this
This
locked
is
down.
sad. Well, maybe she was thinking about you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But no, that doesn't happen all the time. But that's generally the most embarrassing thing to happen for a dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's just like, especially if you talk some game beforehand. Yeah, if you out here,
You're like, I'm gonna
if you out
blow
here
your
giving
mind.
fucking templates and drafts, and
Yeah.
throwing down the spark notes about what it's about to be. You out here writing sonnets in the DMs, and then you get up there and it's a haiku, just 575, boom. Little short 3 lines.
Yeah. And we're done.
Yeah, we're done. That's about as bad as it gets.
Okay. Well,
But generally speaking, like people have like I've done all shapes and sizes and whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
Of lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you like them.
I like them.
You like the lady form in whatever form they
Yeah.
come. Very
Mhm.
body positive.
I am though.
That's great.
I am though.
Are you more like what are they called? Sapiosexual? The mind?
The mind. Yeah, no, I actually do like, cause like with dating and stuff, like, look, as a comedian, it's not hard to be good at a date.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they're like, we're having a good time.
Yes,
It's like, yeah,
that
like
is
I
true.
know I'm
I'm doing all the work.
yeah, I'm out here.
I'm crowd working your ass.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm crowd working. Like it's like I'm out here dancing, all this kind of shit. Like, so like for me to be in like a relationship with somebody, they really gotta interest me.
Yeah. They gotta give it
Yeah,
back.
like I'm not one of those dudes that's just like, oh, she's hot and she's here in the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Like that's the thing. Like even with all this sex shit, like like sex is one thing, and I respect whoever it is I'm having sex with. I'm not there to just use somebody or anything like that. But like, I really like have to like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to like really like be like, oh, let's like give this a real shot. Like see what's up. It's like you gotta really interest me. Like, and not many people have hooked me like that, where I'm like, oh, okay, like,
Yeah.
I'm not, because there's so many. I hate it for women that, like, you know, like having to deal with dudes, because so many guys are just like, oh, I just want a girl that's just like, just do the old school women shit, you know, like those gender roles, that bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. It's like I don't want a woman that's just like, oh, yes, dear, all that kind of shit. It's
yes,
just,
dear.
Yeah, I don't want that. It's like, I want you to have your own interests. I want you to, you know, have your own hobbies, things that you like, your opinions, your dreams. Like,
yes, it's so devastating when you're dating someone who does not have any ambition.
Right.
It is the biggest turnoff.
It's like immediate turnoff for me. I immediately eliminate you from like partnership contingent.
Yeah.
If it's like, what do you want to do with your life? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, well,
yeah, you got to figure that out, because I know, and I'm off to the races.
Right.
So you got to hustle up.
Yeah, because I can't be your only.
No, there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
It's like, well, when you make it, I had a boyfriend be like, well, when you make it, I'll take care of the kids. And I was like, what if I don't make it?
Right. Yeah.
We need a backup plan.
Yeah. For real. So yeah, no, I need someone with like their own goals, ambitions, all that kind of shit. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Big deal for me.
Are you looking for love now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys are just like, right now I'm fucking and it feels good and I'm meeting people and it's nice.
It's cool, but it also gets exhausting after a while, because like it starts to feel, it just feels empty after a while, because you're just like, all right, like I had sex with that person. Yeah. And it was just like, you know, how I had sex with the other person or whatever, you know,
but tighter.
Yeah, but tighter. Yeah, lasted a little longer this time. Yeah,
I'm getting better.
Right. Yeah. But no, like
objects may seem tighter than they appear is the name of this episode.
Yeah, that's the title for this one. Yeah, listen, it doesn't always happen. I've got good control. I've actually got receipts. Somebody told me I got good control, so bam. But
was she loosey goosey?
No, she wasn't. She wasn't loosey goosey. No.
Wow, you're really in control.
Yeah, you're really
and you're like,
control.
I feel nothing.
Yeah. In my heart and in my soul. I feel nothing. I'm dead inside. No. But that's the thing too. Like, I'm very like, when it comes to the bedroom, I'm like, I've heard so many women talk about that too, where it sucks for them, because where guys are just like, you're just there for them. The guy just wants to come and then they don't care about the woman. Like, I'm like, no, I can't have like bad record here. Like, I need you to know this was a good time. But it's not just purely for selfish reasons. Like, I actually like, that's my thing. I think I'm like a, I guess the term would be like a pleasure dom, where it's like, I want to please, I'm dominant, but it's like, I want to make sure they're pleased more than anything.
This is just an advertisement for people to fuck you. Okay, I think
we don't have to
think
just
it's like
put
a
it out
dating
there like
app
that.
situation where you're just like, if you see me at a show, try and pique my interest, baby.
You know what's funny? Like, so in my material, like, I used to not talk about like dating and shit. Like, it just never really interested me.
Yeah,
like, talking about dating. Like, it just wasn't anything that I was like, okay. I used to talk more about the world and current events and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think people are so exhausted by like the past administration and everything that's going on with like pandemic, everything in the world, that it made me switch up to be like, okay, let me talk about dating experiences and like who I am and all that kind of shit. And you do see a difference. Yeah. And like people, and like, you know, a girl be like coming up after the show, be like, I'm single. And it's just like, oh, okay. Wait, you didn't like my take on race relations in America?
You're like, that was cute. Mudblood's cute. Okay.
Yeah. But if I'm out here just like, I'm single, I like being called sir in bed, they're like, okay.
It's funny. Steve will talk about being engaged, and women will come and be like, "Hi."
Wow. Yeah.
And Steve's like, cuz I gotta go. You know, he's so nervous. It's so sweet. Yeah. Do you hook up with people on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah, that happens.
Very different for men and women.
Yeah. No, I've heard for sure. But no, that happens. Yeah. Yeah. Because what you gonna do? You in Omaha, Nebraska?
You gotta find something,
right? Like, what am I gonna do out there?
You know, all there is to do out there is drink and do fentanyl,
right? Yeah, exactly. And I'm not trying to do either of those things. So it's like, why not? You know, just
get some corn-fed pussy.
That's right, some corn-fed pussy. Some good ass pussy. I know it's corn-fed. It's corn-fed. Yeah. This non-GMO pussy.
Yeah. I meant to ask you at the top, but here we are. You opened for Craig Robinson.
Yes.
And you were there during that crazy shooting in your home state.
In my home state, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so we were in the green room.
Okay.
And the green room is right next to the showroom.
Okay.
And somebody comes in, one of our guys comes in and is just like, everybody out, we gotta get out now. And we were like, what? And they was like, everybody get the fuck out right now. So we start we get ushered out to through the side door.
Whoa.
Through down these side corridors, and we get outside and I see waitresses and stuff crying and shit. And I hear one of them go, there's a shooter inside. And I was like, fuck.
Oh my.
Mind you, I've got my friends with me. I'm home. So it's I have my closest, a couple of my closest friends with me. And I was like, all right. So we ducked under a fence. I was like, let's go. And a couple of my friends were looking back. I said, fucking let's go. We just run across the street, down the train tracks all the way out to the parking lot, get as far away as we can. So, we look at the footage later. Apparently this guy comes in, right? He's it's right before the show's about to start.
Yeah.
So they've only sat a handful of people inside, right? He comes in, he's faded and pulls his show tickets out of a Bible.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
which
never
is
a good
creepy.
start.
It's really creepy when you have a Bible. You can have a gun, but if you can bring a gun to certain parties and people are like, yeah, you got it. But if you pull out a Bible at a party, it's bro, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? So he pulls out these tickets out of the Bible for Damon Wayans.
Oh.
Damon Wayans is not there. Craig Robinson is there.
Oh.
And they're like, hey, he's like, hey, I got tickets for Damon. And they're like, that's not right. Craig Robinson. He's like, well, it says Damon Wayans for this. They're like, you can take it up with the box office. Yeah. So he just pulls out a gun and just makes his way into the showroom and looks at everybody and says, you got one chance to get the fuck out. And everybody's like, don't have to tell me twice.
Bye.
Right. And they dipped. And then he goes to the back of the room and fires a shot at center stage.
Oh my God.
Right. Luckily, nobody's on stage or anything.
Yeah.
But fires a shot at center stage, sets the gun down onto the counter and sits down and just waits. And just waits for the police to show up. About 7 minutes later, the cops come in. He stands up, puts his hands up. It's like he knew the whole protocol. He knew exactly what to do.
Oh my God.
So it's like he was, looking to go back to jail or something like that. Mind you, we're in North Carolina. He took a bus all the way from Jersey.
What?
To come to this show. So
Jesus.
I don't know what dude's deal was, or maybe he was at a prior Damon Wayans show and got roasted to fucking death and was like, I'll show you. But
how dare you?
Yeah, but I'm assuming he's in jail now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a psychotic break.
Yeah.
What that really is like, someone is going through a manic episode,
right?
And it ended as soon as the gun went off. He was like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
It was very scary because you don't know. We didn't know what was happening in the situation. We didn't know he fired one shot or anything. You just hear gunmen in the showroom, especially in America, and you're just like, all right, let's just run.
Yeah.
Just run.
I mean, I saw the headline and I was like, oh, it's about time.
Yeah.
I just with comedy clubs, you just how are people not?
Yeah.
How is that
it's
not
terrifying.
a thing?
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it doesn't and hopefully nothing like that happens again.
Of course.
It makes you not want to do crowd work. I tell you that. You're just I'm going to just stick to my material.
Yeah.
And everybody here is great. Nobody's you're single. Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Literally, after a mass shooting or something like that, when the next week on stage, I'm always just usually I'm in people's faces, especially men. And now I'm just like, you look great.
Right. Yeah. Aren't you the sweetest?
I'm just so happy to be here.
Yeah. I bet you have
great?
no trauma that you're holding on to.
Oh my goodness. And you love women. Right. I bet you love women. You love us when we talk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was pretty wild, but luckily nobody got hurt or anything like that. It was funny because it was an active crime scene, so it took a long time for them to clear everything out, take care of everything. But
did they cancel the shows?
Yeah. Because I went up to Craig afterwards. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take my friends home. He was like, we not having a show? I was like, bro. It's like, you think anybody wants to go back in there?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that comedians are broken at all levels.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
have a show. I was like, I'm not telling no fucking jokes right now.
He's already written down 4 openers.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going home.
That's crazy.
I do not need Listen, I love comedy. I love telling jokes, but I do not need it bad enough to go back in there after that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those guys.
I once did comedy while a fight was happening in the room.
Holy shit.
I just stayed on stage and was like
Wow.
narrating the fight.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Where was that?
New York Comedy Club.
That was New York Comedy Club?
Yeah, it was a Tuesday. It was wild.
That's surprising. I figured that would have been like, you know.
That fight is actually the reason they have security during the week now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so now it's like a tight ship and
Yeah.
fucking.
I figured that would have been one of like the early days offshoot, you know, wherever,
Oh,
you know,
no.
bar shit. Because I've done like Hell's Angels biker bars and
Yeah?
shit in North Carolina. Yeah.
Oof.
Like shit like that.
Ay.
Yeah. It's been some, you know.
Yeah, what's the
we've-
craziest thing that's happened to you while you were on stage?
I mean, luckily I haven't had any. Okay. This. I tell you one time I feel like I got set up.
Okay. She had that tight pussy?
Yeah. I feel like I got set up. So, all right. So, Andrew Schultz hits me up, right?
Okay, great.
This is a few years ago. This is before who he is now.
Yeah. The millionaire.
Yeah, the millionaire
Schultz.
Schultz. It's like we had just worked, you know, a weekend at the Stress Factory or whatever. He hits me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to do DJ Envy and his wife do this live podcast? They do a podcast. They're doing it live, you know, in New York at this venue or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know they'll have a comedian on to perform. You want to do the show?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd be dope." He was like, "Yeah, do it. And you know, next time you have like a headline date or anything in New York, like they'll bring you on the show. Like, you know, you can promote it, all that kind of stuff. It'll be like a good relationship thing." I was like, cool. So I show up to the venue, and DJ Envy and his wife are already in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, no.
They're like doing the show. And I was like, holy fuck, like, am I late or whatever? Like, and I go to the person who's running the show. I was like, "Hey, I'm Jordan." She's like, "Oh yeah, you're great. You're here right on time." I was like,
Oh, no.
"Okay." And she's like, "So they're gonna finish up, and then the host is gonna come out, and then he's gonna bring you on."
Nope.
It's like,
No.
why? Like,
You're not
why?
the dessert.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? So naturally, what happens is they close the show, and then the crowd starts leaving.
No!
Because they saw what they came to see.
Oh,
And then the host brings back, "All right, we're gonna have some comedy now. You know, give it up for Jordan. No last name, just Jordan. you know, one of those good hosts.
Good. Yeah.
And then I just went out to just a handful of people that were nice enough to stay, like as like the crowd just exited.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I never told Schultz about it, but I was just like, this motherfucker got asked to do this and didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's literally like if you watch Kanye perform and then they were like, we're going to bring out this high school band to close out the show. It'd be like, who the fuck is going to watch that? So that would be the worst experience. Luckily, I haven't had anything happen where like nobody's run up on stage, nothing like a fight breaking out or anything like that.
You also have a very calming presence on stage.
I try to.
You're very chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
very
a
chill.
maniac. So people are like, I'm
You're like Fred Durst at Woodstock 99.
Thank you so much.
Just like, it's time to break shit.
I mean, thank you. I definitely think I would have riled up that crowd even more.
Did you watch that doc?
I did.
That is insane. I had to take a break.
And the last episode made me so mad.
It's infuriating. I didn't watch the last episode yet because the second one made me so mad that I was just like, oh, fuck, I can't.
I mean, I'll tell you what, when you watch that last episode, you're going to want to throw that bald dude through a wall. I mean, what a piece of shit. Yeah. It's literally the last 10 minutes and you're like, wow, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
This promoter is a horrible person. Fuck. Yeah, it's going to be great. Watch it. But the Fred Durst comment, it's great. Only one better would be if I were Korn. Okay?
Yeah.
Fucking, I want to be Korn. I want to be the Korn of comedy.
Are you a corn cob or whatever they call their fans?
No, not at all. But I watched that documentary and I was like, fucking Korn rips, baby. They're
Korn
great.
rips,
yeah.
baby.
Night one. And then Bush had to follow him. That's crazy.
See, I don't think I had even heard of Bush until that documentary.
Glycerine? Glycerine. You sing the Dare song and then I'll sing Glycerine.
I know nothing about glycerine.
You know what?
First time I've heard that
That's
word.
fair. They're not really big in Greensboro.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I mean, I knew who Korn was. I knew who Fred Durst was, of course.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Limp Bizkit. I still do.
I mean, I feel like
watch wrestling. So
Greensboro is Limp Bizkit now.
Yeah.
At least that's who I dated.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw a very specific
Yeah.
demographic of Greensboro.
Good people. Good people.
Yeah. They're all pretty. Greensboro's pretty chill. Like, because it's like, I used to not think it was like a small town, but since I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of on the smaller side.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like tiny, like, look, because if there's other areas like, 10, 15 minutes outside of Greensboro where it's just like, oh, you're from like the small, like this is a small town. But like, Raleigh and Charlotte are like the big cities in North Carolina, and then Greensboro is just like, hey, we're cool.
Yeah, yeah, we're sweet, we're fun. Yeah. Mostly flat.
Right. Yeah.
It's a very sweet town.
Yeah.
Well, this is the point in the podcast. We're wrapping up here, where I ask.
Quick.
I mean, this podcast was kind of all over the place. Very fun.
I've had a great time.
I had a lovely time talking to you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, this is where I ask if there are any stories we didn't get to. Like, are there any embarrassing moments that a vice has made you do? Any regrets?
I don't think I have any regrets, really. I feel like all my anytime I've hooked up with somebody, I've been like, that was cool.
That's very sweet.
Like,
you're a sweet, tender heart.
Yeah. Like,
have you ever had an STD?
Okay. All right. So
I can't believe I didn't ask this sooner.
Yeah. So
and HPV doesn't count.
Right.
Okay. No, I'm kidding.
So I damn. Okay. So I thought I might have had one, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, let me get this checked out, because it was kind of burning.
Okay. Yeah, you got the sweet burn.
Yeah. I got the fire. Boom, 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 boom. Like when you get the urge to pee and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
We got to go deal with this dragon. So I went home for Christmas, and this was Christmas 2020, I think. No, 2019. And so I go home for Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, I need to go get checked out. Mm-hmm. So I go to the clinic, right, and pull my pants down, and the doctor, grabs. He kneels down and grabs my dick. He's like looking into my dick hole,
right down the barrel of the beast.
Yeah, he looked like a pitcher, like looking for he's giving the head shake. Herpes, head shake, no. AIDS, no. And then he's like, chlamydia, yeah, that's it. And he just literally looked at my dick and goes, yeah, you got a little chlamydia there, or gonorrhea, whatever he said.
Yeah.
And I was just like that, like, you ain't even gonna.
Yeah, I don't have to pee in a cup or anything.
Nothing. Like, he's like, nah, you just. And I was like, all right. So he gives me, antibiotics, all that kind of shit, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, take all of it. He was like, your dick is fucked up. Take all this. He was like, take a fistful of meds to the face, bro. Get your drippy dick out of here.
Colloquial.
Yeah, right. I was like,
terrible bedside manner.
Who gave you a doctorate degree? So now at the time, I'm having like some family issues, right?
Okay.
Like, it's just like a lot of strife, like between me and like my just mentally, I'm carrying a lot, like with like involving my stepdad and shit. So Christmas is just a little like tense for me at the time. So I'm downstairs in our basement, and my mom comes down. We're like chatting or whatever, and I was like, "You want to go somewhere and just like talk about some stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah, that'd be nice." So we're driving downtown Greensboro, and we're gonna just go have like some tea. And I start getting like nauseous, like on the ride over, and I'm like, "Yo, pull the car over." Pull over. I feel like I'm about to throw up. I gather myself. All right, then we get to the venue. And it's just this bar, and I was like, oh, it's fucking hitting. So I just went straight into the bathroom. It's a single stall bathroom in this bar, and I just start unloading out of both ends, just like throwing up, shitting. I had a spicy chicken sandwich earlier in the day.
Oh, no.
I was like, yo, I'm feeling the wrath of Khan right now, coming out of this asshole. Like, Chick-fil-A may be a Christian establishment, but it feels like hell coming out of my ass. And like, I'm in there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like, all right, you know how you have those moments where you're like diarrhea and you're like, okay, we did it. And then it's just like, psych, bitch.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Round 3. It's just like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you know?
Yeah.
And like people are knocking, like people are coming up, like, cause it's like the only bathroom. And I'm just like, no. And then finally my mom like starts knocking. She's like, Jay, you good? I'm like, she's like, you want me to come in there? I was like, no, God.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, another 10 minutes goes by. She comes by and then she like hands me a bottle of water and she's like, you want me? I was like, just come in, whatever. She's like, what's going on? And like, I point towards my crotch and she was like, is it your leg? I was like, cause I've broken my leg before. Like I have a metal rod in my leg.
Oh, jeez.
And she's like, is your leg? I was like, yeah. She's like, what? I was like, STI. She's like, oh, okay. So my mom's just watching her baby boy shit and throw up while his dick and ass is burning. Like, she's just sitting in there in the corner. And she's like, okay, well, you know, let me know when you're good or whatever. So I finally like compose myself, right? And mind you, like, so I get it together. We go to CVS. She goes and gets me some like Pedialyte or whatever. The CVS from the CVS to my house is maybe like a 3 to 4 minute drive.
Yeah.
I passed out in that drive. It felt like I was asleep for like 5 hours, like in that time. Like that's how bad these meds were fucking me up.
Yeah.
We never got to talk about my stepdad. Like during that time, like all the shit that was going on is like we never even had the talk that we were supposed to.
Yeah.
And you know, so I end up, you know, waiting a couple days later. I call up the urgent care or whatever. It's like, hey, I just wanted to check on my results for my STD test. And they're like, you're good. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you don't have anything. No gonorrhea, chlamydia. I was like, no, I got something. I'm gonna need to have something. I was like, what? I was put the doctor on the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, he was like, nah, I guess you just got a juicy dick. Dick juicy as hell, boy.
Jourdain Juicy Dick Fisher.
He was like, have fun in those streets. He's like, I just poisoned you for no reason.
Yeah. Did you tell your mom?
No. She just is out here thinking I'm getting it in.
Yeah. Well, you are.
Yeah,
You're being a little more safe than you thought.
I am. But luckily, any test I've taken, nothing. I've never had just a false positive, I guess.
Attaboy.
Yeah, we out here clean, baby.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm also clean.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you. Well, Jourdain, what a way to go out. Where can people find you?
J Fisher Comedy. That's all my handles.
Beautiful.
The letter J, FISHER Comedy.
Yes, and he's great. You should come see him live. Very funny.
Yeah, come see me.
All right. Well, thank you, Jourdain. That
Thank
was
you.
really fun.
That was fun. That was
You
great.
juicy dicked boy.
This dick juicy. Play Biggie Smalls on my way out.